For the first time since 2012, the Wareham Gatemen are headed back to the Western Division Finals. They will face the Bourne Braves in that series. Jacob Tobey, along with Sam Corman and Connor Federico, a 4-3 win here at Spillane Field. What just happened?
Well, Jacob, the last time that the Gatemen won the first round of the playoffs, they happened to win the championship. Kyle Schwarber hit 2 home runs in Game 3 against the YD Red Sox. That was 5 years ago. Fast forward to this point, these fans here in Wareham have had to wait so long for this moment. It finally came when the Gatemen were the 4 seed. They've had better seasons since that moment, but with an 18-25-1 record, that was all erased. The Gatemen sweep the Falmouth Commodores in incredible fashion. Won an offensive outburst. This time, it was the defense and the pitching that got it done. It was a lot of fun to watch, and man, over 1,200 fans here at Spillane tonight. They really enjoyed some baseball. It was rowdy.
Yeah, Spillane Field was rocking tonight, and we talk about the 9th inning. Darrien Ragins coming in and just completely shutting out the Falmouth Commodores.
Nerves of steel for Darrien Ragins, coming into a new team just a week ago from New Bedford in the NECBL. Comes in here, I mean, what a situation to be put in for your second outing ever with the Gatemen. 1 out, 2 outs to get in the 9th inning, and he strikes both of them out swinging. First, I mean, Austin Langworthy, and I mean, so good today. I mean, that breaking ball was just unreal for those lefty batters. They were unable to really convert with that breaking ball coming in hot, and you know, I was kind of surprised to see that Jim Lawler pulls out Darrien Ragins in that situation, but he proved why. It
was a lefty-lefty matchup. They had 2 lefties.
Yes, for sure. That was definitely one of the reasons, but you do have other lefties in the team. But Darrien Ragins, also the closer at Charleston Southern at his college. He's used to these kind of situations, and he comes in and shows, I mean, some of the best hitters in this league, you know, who he is. So it's pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah, good stuff from him. He is the player of the game. Our Claudia Chakamian is with him right now.
Thank you, guys. I'm here at the Gatemen player of the game, Darrien Ragins. So, Darrien, what were you thinking going into that game in the 9th inning with Commodore so close?
Just thinking about attacking and just throwing strikes and just being competitive, to be honest.
How great does it feel getting that final out and getting your team to move on to the next level?
Feels pretty good. I don't think it really hit me yet. I'm still kind of in game mode, but it'll probably sink in a little later.
How much fun have you been having with this team and getting the opportunity to play here on the Cape?
It's been really fun. Every day I learn something new. The coaches are really good. The players are fun. It's just it's a little different. I'm not used to this kind of atmosphere. It was really fun to play in.
Now, the next series, you guys will be playing Bourne, and you had a little bit of experience with them. You came in and got to pitch against them. Mm-hmm. Anything you learned from that experience that you can take with you to the next round?
Just got to keep the same mindset. Just be aggressive, keep pounding the zone, and just let the chips fall where they may.
And now you said it really hasn't sunk in yet. You haven't processed it all. But what are you guys thinking you can do now for this next round?
I feel like we're a competitive team. We could give anybody a shot. You know, that was the 1 seed, so anything could happen, and I think we have a good shot to win.
Great. Thank you, Darrien. Congrats on that great game.
Thanks for having me.
Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Claudia. And Sam, we start to talk about the pitching. Noah Zavalis, 6 strong innings, 9 strikeouts.
Well, first of all, I said that Darrien Ragins goes to Charleston Southern. I meant to say Delaware State. It's Cody Smith who came in for 1 pitch in this game that goes to Charleston Southern. I mean, how about the chess match by Jim Lawler with the hitters, you know, brings out Cody Smith to face the righty and Josh Bro. He kind of gets whacked, but, I mean, he's one of the best hitters in this league. I'm not surprised. And then he brings out the lefty Ragins to face the 2 lefties in the order. And that's a, you know, pretty interesting move by Jim Lawler, and it really paid off in the end because he gets 2 strikeouts out of it. Noah Zavalis, on the other hand.
Finally.
Unbelievable. I mean, Noah's, like, he's just been ridiculous this season. I mean, who would have thought that this guy, we were watching him, I believe he pitched in one of those 2 preseason games that we broadcasted, either the game against the Brockton Rocks right here or the game in New Bedford. I forget which one it was, but he was just a temporary roster guy. And he gets here, and all of a sudden, he's the undoubted ace. Like, he's the ace of the Gatemen right now. And that was that could have been his best performance this season, and that's saying a lot considering what he does. And awesome stuff from Zavalis, the breaking ball, fastball, both striking out batters of both of those pitches today, and that is what impressed me the most out of Noah Zavalis.
Yeah, Zavalis leads the team in strikeouts. We talked about it a little bit on the Facebook Live. The energy has just completely changed between the 3-game losing streak towards the end of the season, in which the opponent scored 37 runs against the Gatemen, and now. You saw Spillane Field. It was rocking. People were into it. It's just a totally different feel now. This team is in the finals. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Well, if you had told me 3 days ago after the last loss to Bourne to end a 3-game losing streak that this team would come to the ballpark the next day with energy, with life, and happiness to play the game of baseball, especially here in Wareham, I would have told you were crazy. I mean, this was a team that was sort of down and out. They weren't getting the hits together. The pitching was not doing well. And some of the pitchers who struggled over the last 3 days came in this series and made an impact, and good for them. And the hitters, along with some new help in the form of Tavares, Dingkong, and Derpich from Danbury, it was like a makeover. It's a brand new ball club. It's a brand new team, a team capable of winning this whole thing if they keep these performances up.
And how about the clutch hitting by Joe Derpich? The
running.
And the race
Scoring.
running. I was about to say that. What a slide. Gets around the tag of Josh Bro, who's a very good defensive catcher. I mean, this guy has just been elite since he's gotten here. That's the only way to put it. He's been awesome. And, I mean, I'm sure the Gatemen are very glad to have him on the team right now. I mean, and the rest of them, Giovanni Dingkong, and Tavares as well, coming in as a pinch runner late in the game, ends up scoring. So they're all contributing for sure. They're not just guys that are here to, be in backups in case someone gets injured or someone has to be taken out of the game for any reason. They're here to be starters, and they're doing a very good job.
What a win here at Spillane Field. Our Claudia Chakamian is now with head coach Don Sneddon.
Thank you, guys. I'm here with Gatemen head coach Don Sneddon. So, Coach, first of all, congratulations on sweeping the series. You said last night that it was going to be tough to sweep them. How proud are you of your team coming out here and getting it done tonight?
Just an awesome performance right there. To keep that hitting down, especially in that last inning, you have 10 players coming in and throwing, and we have no idea. Willie's never caught him before, and all of a sudden, he gets 2 clutch strikeouts right there. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, what did you really like out of Noah today, getting 9 strikeouts and holding that team, like you said, very offensively powerful. So how impressed were you with him?
Well, to beat Falmouth twice is unbelievable. And Noah just set the pace for that. To throw 6 innings, if we didn't have pitch limits, he'd want to go 9. But obviously we aren't going to do that. But he kept him off balance all day long with that. And I just showed his maturity and probably why he's at Harvard today.
Yeah. What does this say about the momentum your team is getting now? The end of the season on a rough patch, but like you've said multiple times, this is a brand new season now. So what kind of momentum does this give you guys going into this next level?
Well, I mean, we play Bourne, who's owned us, just like Falmouth did, and we're going over there. So we're going to have to find some pitching. There's some guys that are going to have to step up right now. So we've sort of used our better pitching, if you will, stat-wise. But I don't discount our bullpen at all. I think they can come out and we'll definitely have fun competing.
A lot less runs scored tonight, obviously. You had 10 runs last night for you guys, only 4 today. Does that concern you at all, or did you know that it wasn't going to be like this the whole time?
Well, I know they had to use all of their pitching, and they did. They used their best 3 pitchers. So if we had to go tomorrow, we knew we had a shot with that because they had to use their best 3 to try to because there is no tomorrow for them. So, yeah, that kept the game close. And for us to get a couple runs there, my heart was going when my big man, my DH, was running around from second to the plate right there and just barely scored. I was going to run for him, but I thought it might go extra innings. So it ended up working out for us.
And now what are you looking forward to for this next series against Bourne?
Just another couple more days. You're playing this time of year in the Cape. That means you've done something special.
Great. Thank you, Coach. Congrats again. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Claudia. And for the 3rd straight season, the Wareham Gatemen will play the Bourne Braves in the playoffs, and they're looking for revenge after getting swept last year.
Yeah, and the year before it wasn't very good either. So the Gatemen, they've had some struggles against the Bourne Braves in the playoffs. Robbie Metz knows, Brett Canine know, as well as anybody around Wareham right now. But this is a different season. That was in the first round. This is in the second round. Bourne also has plenty of momentum. They won 2 baseball games today. One around 2 p.m. after a rescheduled start in the 11th inning, and one later this evening, 4-2. Almost a similar score as it was here, 4-3. Bourne looking to make that championship too, as 2 of the lower seeds, the 3 and the 4 matching up. It's going to be a ton of fun. Bourne, they did have the advantage in the regular season series, but so did Falmouth. Everything's out the window. Toss it all out. It's going to be a lot of fun come Tuesday.
Connor talked about it a little before Talk a little bit about what this means to Wareham fans. They have not seen a championship like we've talked about since 2012. They haven't seen a playoff series win since 2012. These are real fans. These are not summer vacation fans that we've talked about before. These fans live in Wareham and the surrounding towns for all around the year, and it means so much to them.
Well, you could tell by the way Spillane Field was rocking today that they really cared about this team, and it was pretty awesome. The environment here was unlike anything I've ever seen here in Wareham. One of the best Cape League environments, probably other than the All-Star game that I've ever seen. And, it was awesome. It was great to see. And, the fans have been waiting for this not only for the last 5 years, but this season. The team hasn't had an overwhelming amount of success this season. They had an 18-25-1 record in the regular season, and they come into the postseason and they sweep the best team in the Western Division in 2 games. And not only is it the best team in the West Division, but they're the Falmouth Commodores. They're coached by Jeff Trundy, one of the best coaches in the business. And it's a fellow West Division rival, which makes it that much better. Looking forward to Bourne, by the way. Really good bullpen for the Bourne Braves, and a really good, a lot of speed in that lineup. Not a ton of power, which is where Falmouth will really hurt you at Go Fuller Field, of course. But a completely different team that the Gatemen are facing. They've had some success against Bourne this year, but also that home and home at the end of the season where Bourne swept was big for the Braves.
Give me a playoff prediction. What are you seeing in this next series?
Gatemen in 2.
I told you at the beginning. I told you at the end of the game against Bourne a couple days ago. It would be the Gatemen against Falmouth. They'd win, and then the Gatemen would win against Bourne. So I'm sticking with that.
All right, here you go. Gatemen and the Bourne Braves going to be playing on Tuesday. There'll be an off day tomorrow. Finish up the rest of the league playoffs, and we'll see you at Doran Park. Coverage will begin at 5:30 with Gatemen pregame live, presented by South Coast Health. That'll do it for us. The Wareham Gatemen, they beat the Falmouth Commodores 4-3 in Game 2 on to the Western Division Finals. For Connor Federico, Sam Corman, I'm Jacob Tobey. Thanks for watching.